Hey Libra, this is Perrymore Tarot's weekend reading from May 3rd through the 5th, 2024. This is for Libra. Last shuffle here for Libra. Let's see what's going on. So Libra, what we have is milestone and we have courage. Okay, well there's going to be a milestone. You're finally going to have the cojones to say what you've been wanting to say. You're going to have the bandwidth, the courage, the bravery, the boldness to finally do something that you were always meant to do or should have done already, or not even a should have done already, because a milestone often and most of the time speaks of a point in a point in time in the future, a developmental milestone that you're meant to be at. But the bravery is the thing. Finally, you reached a milestone where you might finally feel steady. This is something you may have been waiting for. A point where you felt like, you know what, I'm finally calm. I'm finally at a place where I feel good. I feel confident in my stance where I'm at. There's things that you may, like, what's the word? Well, that wanted to flip out. Eight of Swords. At one point, you may have felt very stuck, like you felt trapped, like I can't do, I can't go, I can't be. Um, but with this tells me that you now are at a place where you may feel successful in your own right. Finally, right? It's a finally feel. Eight of Swords over the whole reading speaks a lot about feeling trapped. Sometimes this is self inflicted almost every time. Usually is a indication that you thought your situation was so much worse than it really was. Okay, and this is personal. This isn't like someone's doing something to you, because I don't see people. I do see people, but I'm not seeing that they trap you. I'm seeing that you trapped yourself. You made yourself feel that way by overthinking your situation. You may have had a kind of like a negative thought process. You may have thought of like only saw deficit when there was like really profit going on. So the milestone is the King of Pentacles, Three of Wands, Seven of Wands, Six of Wands. This talks a lot about how you are very successful, or you may finally see that about your life. This would say that the answer has always been within you, that you are always the key to your own success. That's another vibe that I think that Spirit wants you to understand over this weekend. Like, you need to be pondering on it or feeling it in every situation, because they're showing that every event, this is events, these are things that occur. So this would be showing up to something, or something is happening, but moments in time over the weekend where you're going to be, it's going to kind of be like, whoa, in your face, that, hey, you are actually a very successful person. You actually you've always had the answer. This gives me the vibe of a person who I know very personally, that lived a life that nobody thought was worth. Like, that's not a life that you should live, right? They had a large family. They started very young. Everybody was dogging them, making them feel like they weren't doing enough. They always made them feel like you're trapped, you're screwed, your life is over. Like, you're young, you don't have anything going on, and you got these little people, and they end up coming up doing very well, becoming business owners. Their children are successful. Their children are responsible, kind, intelligent, loving people. And now they realize, they look back now and they're like, I never was trapped. I was actually right about what I was going to do. The answer was always inside of me. I was right to hear this call. I was right to answer to this call and step up to this call and wait when I waited. I was meant to be standing somewhere, waiting for life to happen to me to some degree. I was meant to be in that space so I could be right here. So the courage is the Page of Cups and the Hermit, and this is your energy is going to say that simply that you'll venture out more. This is you reaching out more. This is you coming out of your comfort zone. And if you're not in that place right now, Spirit wants you to kind of come out of your comfort zone. Maybe step away from the little cocoon that you put yourself in, because they're showing you just overthinking things, like, should I say something, should I not, I don't know, if I do, then this and this and that, you may feel defensive about where you are and in your stance in life. You may, and that's something, that's the flip side of this, is that Spirit is saying you don't have to feel defensive. You win already in life, because you're you and you're right here right now. I know how this sounds, but I have to say what it is saying. Family, friends, and guides is the Sun and Five of Pentacles. This would tell me that you may feel connected to people in ways where they're in a profound way. It's a very profound way. It's very obvious. There's like a black and white. You either connect or you don't. More so, that's what this looks like. Like whatever. It shows that you also, whenever this comes out with a milestone, your relationships or the connections you make with people may be more profound than you give it credit. You may be viewed more as a very standoffish person, but such a wonderful energy to be around. People may adore being around you. They bask in your energy. But you may be standoffish. I mean, I'm seeing more of like you've been standoffish towards people, but you're being viewed as someone that they can respect, but does not spend much time speaking. You may be one that does not approach people. You stand and wait for people to approach you. And Spirit may be asking you to come out of your comfort zone and just approach people. Right? Four of Cups, because you have a stronger bond than you know. And New Beginnings is the Four of Cups and the Knight of Cups. They're saying that you may not feel. One thing is for certain, okay, the New Beginnings is don't apologize for where you were. Don't explain why you didn't deal or whatever. They're saying that don't overthink it because it looks like you may be prone to explain why you weren't around. Like they're, trying to think of options that would have been deemed more important than the connections that you may share with other people. Like how you just need self-care time, and then we come up with things like, oh, and then I had to go to the hospital and this, that, and the third. And it may be true, but it's not always like necessary to explain this in a sense, because it would signify that you were being malicious, kind of energy. Spirits like this wasn't a malicious thing. This is something, a cycle you were going through, something that was occurring in your life. It was personal. No explaining, no complaining. No, you don't, what is it? Never explain. This Audrey Hepburn, I think she said never explain, never complain. But I think she's a Leo though. But however it goes, this looks like very much so a person who needs to start by don't be so interested in the explanation. Don't be so focused on the right thing to say to people. This is about understanding that it's time to come out of your comfort zone and be the person that you fill the shoes of the reputation that you hold. To fill those shoes, if that makes any sense, which is like you're friendly, you are a very steady, stable person. You may be very shy or very quiet, but overall you're very wise, and it's very important to step out with that wisdom, impart some wisdom to other people. People will drink that mess in. There's something you need to say. Libras are very wise, and people don't don't give you enough credit for this. It's like the reason why I've said this many times before. It's not indecision. It's the fact that you really weigh out every option. I don't know many people who are that quick in the mind to be able to do this, right? And most people are deliberating over two things. You're deliberating over 2,000. That would take someone a little bit of time. And so that's what I've got here. But genius, right? Geniuses. One friend that I have, Libra, gosh, this guy could solve a Rubik's Cube in under 30 seconds. And he learned it in a day. I was like, genius. Anything you give this dude, he just smashes it. So I just have to throw that out there. Same with another person, Libra moon person I know. I'm like, goodness gracious, this dude is a human map. He's just intelligent. You only go somewhere once. 5 years later, they're already telling you, when you see the McDonald's, you've gone too far. You've only been there once, dude. How? So anyhow, you could be dealing with a Leo, a Virgo, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, or Capricorn or Taurus. Okay, so you could be a Virgo, Libra cusp. We have Libra, Scorpio cusp. You also could be. If you're not dealing, or Cancer, Leo cusp, or Leo, Virgo cusp. If you're not dealing with those signs could also be in your chart. If you'd like to book a personal reading with me, my links are on my page. Peace, love, and light. Take care.